At a horse race, are you going to start shallow, deep? What's your thoughts for a second?
I don't know. Yeah, you're asking me. I'm sitting here thinking about it, bud. I don't know.
You know, at the end of the first period, it's pretty much a dead even heat. There's a 4-horse race at that time.
And is that fun for you?
Is that fun for me to be that tight? Heck no, it's not fun. I want a huge lead and no pressure.
I'm freaking out of my mind jacked up right now. I can't even think. I'm so excited.
I didn't eat. I didn't drink. I started tweaking baits to make an assault on this new area. I found something special.
You say when.
Go.
The only thing that could dampen Iaconelli's enthusiasm was a penalty he sustained at the end of period 1.
You can't do anything from this point on for 70 seconds.
You got it.
He was right next to me, and so I knew he had a penalty, and that would allow me, when I came back, to get my first choice of exactly where to start. And there was, you know, maybe a 100-yard stretch that neither of us had fished at that point that I knew was the only fresh water in the region. You can go.
There's some urgency, for sure, coming out of that first break. You know, I felt like Kevin had his end of it, and I had my end, so I didn't know where he was going to start. I beelined it, and sure enough, instead of me having it by myself, Kevin's near it. I caught a couple right away. I caught a few on a jerkbait. I caught a nice one on crankbait. I watched him catch a couple right away. As I watched my spot on this flat fizzle, I had the misery of watching Kevin catch him.
He started on one end of that, 100 yards, and we fished right to each other. Matter of fact, we were casting where our baits were landing, and we were both catching fish.
It was apparent to me that this smallmouth jerkbait bite all of a sudden started shifting, and you could feel it gone away. At the time I made a decision to leave the sand flat and go back to the deep wood, I knew that I was 2, 3, 4 fish away from tapping out, and that's my mindset.
Score tracker update. Mike Iaconelli, 19 pounds, 14 ounces. Kevin Van Dam, 19 pounds, 4 ounces. Edwin Evers, you have 16 pounds. Jason Christie, 15 pounds, 13 ounces.
With Van Dam and Iaconelli battling over the southern end of the zone, two-time champion Edwin Evers continued to be the king of the north.
I figured out early this morning that drop shot, they didn't want it moving a lot. They wanted it sitting still. The bite was super, super light.
That's a big one. Gotcha. I got him.
I got to 1 pound from being out, and I thought, man, surely if I turn back around, go right back through that, I can catch a 1 pounder somewhere. And sure enough, when I turned that nitro around and made a long cast of that drop shot, I told my camera guy, oh, there he is right there. We're going out of here. And I set the hook. There she is. We're going to the championship round, boys. Man, my feelings about moving on to the championship round are just, I'm super excited. It's just, you know, I got a 1 in 6 chance to win that thing.
With Edwin Evers advancing to the championship round, only 2 spots remained.
There's one. Good one, too.
I get to that first tree, and my second cast to it, I hook up. By the time I weighed that fish, let it go, and made another cast, I had the word.
Edwin's out.
Okay. Happy for Edwin, but my mindset now is I'm about 2 fish away from closing this up. I make a cast, I don't get any bites, but I'm reeling it in. And as I'm reeling it in, I see about a 2.5-pound largemouth following it. And right before it gets to the bottom, this time I watch him go to it, and he goes, and I see his gills just go. And I see the bait disappear, and I go, quack!
Big one.
I'm stoked. I'm feeling good. I think I'm about 2 pounds away from tapping out. And then I remembered that floating swim platform that I fished in the first period. And I ran back to that exact swim platform, made that same cast, threw it next to it, let it fall, and it got about halfway down and just, and there it goes.
There it goes, got him. Big one, too.
This is the winning fish for me to get to the next round. Take my time, fight it, land it. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
3-pounder.
I went crazy. I got lightheaded. I was yelling. I went hoarse. Kevin Van Dam, Jason Christie right on my heels. Man, that's danger right there. That's danger.
If you don't fish, this is why you got to do it.
Yeah! Woo!
By the end of the second period, 2 anglers had already qualified for the championship round by passing the 26-pound cut weight.
Yeah, I wish Van Dam would have caught one at the end of the second period so I didn't have to go out there and battle that again. At that point, you know, they're too good not to go catch 1 or 2 fish. So I called my wife at the end of the second period to book me a flight so that I could get home in a hurry. Get me out of here, time to go home and regroup. There's a chance. I mean, there really is. I mean, you know, the size fish that are there was a, you know, we caught almost a 4-pounder. If I can go catch 5 of those, but you got to be realistic, too.
I'm guessing 30 minutes to make it happen, if we're going to make it happen.
I figured he needed 2 fish to go out. The only way that I was going to be able to catch 11 pounds is what I needed to get out. It was if I found a group of smallmouth out there off of a deeper point or out there in the middle on a hump.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Third period, we start. I get out there to my deep stuff, drop down, catch a really nice fish, 2.5. I hear Van Dam catch one, and I'm like, oh, no, not. Don't be a 3.5-pounder.
Oh, there's a whole bunch with him, too. Look at that with him. Doggone it. Kevin, that's a fish landing violation, 2-minute penalty.
It was like a pound something. I'm like, I know that the next fish he catches, he's gonna go out. And I hook up again. I get this fish in the boat. So I'm sitting there, 2-minute penalty already. Weigh the fish, drop it in there.
It's the worst feeling in the world. Sitting down, you know you're just behind.
This is where I saw that one before, follow my bait, and I knew it would be a good place to come back and hopefully get a bite. You know, I'm fishing a Strike King KVD jerkbait. It's called IU is the color. It's a great smallmouth color because it looks just like a yellow perch, and there's a lot of perch in these legs. And I'm following that bait every time as it's coming in, as it comes up to the boat. And I seen one behind it. And, you know, once I saw him behind it, I really started working that bait just really hard, and he took a couple of shots at it, and I finally got him to come up and get the back hook of it. And it was a good fish, and I knew that this was the one that would put me over the top if I could land it. That'll work right there. That'll be enough.
Score tracker update for you, Jacob.
Yep. Mike, give it to me.
Kevin Van Dam has went out.
Just punch me in the face. I mean, it was one of those things.
You've passed the 26-pound cut mark. You will advance to the championship.
What a relief. You know, I mean, that last fish, I got pretty fortunate today, I think, to get through this one. You know, could have been up to anybody's game, but we're moving on. We're going to the championship round. It's interesting that both Edwin and I made the championship. We both won 2 Major League Fishing events before, and I think, you know, I know Edwin. I know how competitive he is.
I don't know who I'd rather fish against come next round.
He wants to win his third extremely bad, and so do I. We're both super competitive. To be able to say that you've won 3, that's bragging rights.
The final sudden death round concluded with Mike Iaconelli, Edwin Evers, and Kevin Van Dam advancing. Tune in next week to change your perspective of the 2017 Summit Cup Championship.